let me ask you a question. What pops into your mind when you see this dude spinning on his head to the concrete floor? Well, if it's this guy's going to show me exactly how Shopify went from $200 million to $389 million in revenue in 1 year and show you exactly how you can do that in your business, you are absolutely right. That's Chris. He's one of our content writers, and he put together an insane article that breaks down 15 things that Shopify does so well that enabled them to almost double their revenue. And we're not talking small, from $200 million to $389 million in a year. I'm going to walk you through today a quick summary of the article, and you can click right up here in the right corner to actually go to the article and look at it yourself. Now, what is Shopify? If you haven't heard about it, basically it's a company that enables you to sell your products, whether physical or digital, online. It lets you set up a website, it lets you use your own domain, and you can sell the products online or even with a point of sale system. They're absolutely blowing up. It's critical that you know how they work, and if you're considering about opening your own site, you got to know Shopify because they're the number one in the industry, and you got to be able to assess if they're right for you. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. I'm going to walk you through the high-level points of the article, and once again, I'd suggest that you click and go to the article. You can even go there right now and follow along if you like. All right, number one is the sticky free trial. So basically what this does is it convinces people after they've been on the 14-day free trial to hang around and convert to be a paying customer. They do a really good job of this, which enables them to pay more for their marketing to get people on the free trial because they know it's going to convert over to cash. Tip number two is the $100,000 business contest that they run. So basically what they're saying is people need a little bit of a push sometimes to get started by like using your product or starting a new business. And they do a really good job of pushing them into a contest where there's a big prize at the end. So sometimes that's all they need to give them that little initiative just to take the first jump and to sign up and get things going. Tip number three is the 15-minute JIT, or just-in-time evergreen webinar. And what's interesting about this is they use this definitely to drive people to their webinar, but what they actually focus on once they get people to opt into the webinar is just getting them to sign up for that 14-day trial because they know it's very sticky. They know that's the best way to get people to actually become paying customers is to sign up. So even though they'll send them information on the webinar, what they focus on in the drip sequence that comes after they sign up for the webinar is a strong push to get them to sign up for the free trial. Tip number four is the tofu tool. And what they basically are telling you to do is to help your customers solve a problem by building a free tool that's useful for them. Not only does it make your customers like you, but you show up in Google when people search for these solutions. So for instance, one of them they do is they use a stock photo solution. So they actually offer this on their domain, on the Shopify domain. It's a separate product, but people are going to need some stock photos often when they open an online business. So this is a tool that their customers use, which gives them even more credibility and rapport. Tip number five is master the article plus video plus podcast content multiplier. That came out well. It basically just means you want to build your content strategy around your consumers or your customers' most common questions. And then they kind of work synergistically because they're all kind of promoting each other and they all kind of leverage the traffic and the kind of attention that they get. So they all work synergistically. Three of them are much more powerful than one separately. They all work together. Tip number five, the 7-day email onboarding sequence. So what this is a drip sequence which does a really good job of converting people to paying customers. They want you to set up an easy to follow onboarding email sequence that gives those new customers one simple step to take and doesn't overwhelm them with a bunch of different things at once. The emails are very well laid out, very easy to digest, very entertaining to read, and they do a great job at doing that. Number 7 is the Get Rich Quick Partner Program. Basically, this just means have a strong affiliate program, which means that everyone who sends you new customers, you pay them a percentage of the revenue. Very, very common in SaaS companies. Number 8, Mr. Steal your one customer a day from your competitors. So what this does is this teaches you to find a pain point, a common pain point that customers of your competition are having, and then say, hey, Come on over to me. The water's fine. You won't have that pain point here. So by focusing on that, it enables you to draw new customers from your competitors. Number 9 is the Growth UX product update page. So basically what this says is you want to stop putting out boring product updates. So many companies, we reduced our code by 2 lines. Do you want to read about it for 20 minutes? No. They have a really cool update page where they're only publishing things that are interesting and applicable and things that people want to learn about. And it's also written in a very engaging way. Tip number 9 is the Tofu Mofu paid search funnel hack. I almost got that one. Basically, you want to drive all your paid traffic to different funnels depending on what keywords you targeted. This enables you to get a much lower cost per acquisition and a much higher ROI on your bidding. Number 11, the 5-step integration SEO technique. So basically, if you have integrations with other companies, you want to use them in your SEO strategy. So for instance, they integrate with MailChimp. So they have their app that actually shows up when people search for MailChimp right along with MailChimp. So that's a great way to get credibility and to get potential customers from complementary products. Number 12, use this Section 8 mass market homepage layout to sell both beginners and experts. So what this basically does is it appeals to everyone. Because if your homepage just appeals to very advanced people, well, then someone just getting started may be a bit intimidated and say, I don't want to do this. This isn't for me. And vice versa. If it's too basic, the advanced people who maybe can afford to pay a little bit more are like, I'm way past these guys. So they do a really good job of appealing to everybody, every potential type of client that comes to their site. Number 13, get your tweets broadcast. So what they suggest is setting up a specific support channel. And this may sound kind of counterintuitive, like why would I want people on Twitter to see all my questions and things about my company and about my product? Well, basically what it's doing is it's broadcasting your high quality customer service to everybody. It's taking it to a public forum. So when you have a really good if you have terrible customer service, don't do this. But if you have great customer service, people see this and it's another reason for them to try out. Number 14, convert your new email subscribers into product signups on day 1 with strong CTAs. So what they do, they put a lot of money behind the split testing for what the actual buttons say. You know, gone are those days where you could just say, join my newsletter down here. People don't sign up for that anymore. So what they do is the copy they use on their buttons is very, very specific to helping the person for why they're there. So download your blueprint, right? They're trying to start a business. They want a business blueprint. Start your business. Start your online business, right? Things that are very value-driven and specific to why they're there. They get very high click-through rates, and that's how they're able to do this. A lot of the people will sign up on that first day of the drip sequence simply because those CTAs are so spot on. And number 15, the 1% social hack. This basically just says be memorable on the little things that count. So like a log out page. A lot of companies will just use like a template that's not even customized at all because like how people are logging out, they don't care. What they've come to realize and put into practice is that if you're just a little bit better than everyone else, and it doesn't take much effort on a lot of these little things, you stand out. And so much of a customer or potential customer's perspective of you comes from what they see on your website, right? A lot of times that's the only interaction that they've seen from you. So by doing little things like this, it enables you to very easily and cost effectively position yourself on a higher class than a lot of your competition. Now, I went through these very quickly. I'd suggest you click up here in the right corner to actually go to the article. It's set up really cool. So at the top, all of the different tips are clickable. So it'll take you exactly where you want to go in the article to read. If you just want to read specific ones or if you want to read them all, you can just scroll through like normal. Now, click right here to subscribe to the Sumo channel. We're going to start putting out a lot of content, a lot of summaries of different articles and content we put out, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, what's going on at the Sumo office. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. So I'd suggest that you subscribe, and I will see you next week.